Hey, YouTube people. Well, today is the day that I get to decide which bean varieties I'm going to grow out. So not only am I doing that for beans today, I'll be doing that for my curcubits, squash, melons, cucumbers, etc. But right now we're going to concentrate on beans, and I have it narrowed down to several, which I'll have to narrow this list down some more, but right now I just can't do that. So if you watch this video, let me know the top 5 out of what I'm going to show you that you would be interested in seeing grow this year. So getting started, we have the Hutterite, I think it's Hutterite, soup bean, or soup bush beans. And these are supposed to taste really, really good. Let's see. These are a 70-day heirloom, Hutterite variety. Fabulous soup bean of creamy texture, fine flavor, plump white beans, incomparable. And since they're a bush, they don't need to be staked. And I'm thinking those are going to make the list this year. Next up, I have Mbambo green, and did I grow these last year? Yes, I did. I grew these last year, and they were very pretty. And I actually grew these inside of my greenhouse because since they originate from Africa, there is no way that I can replicate that climate outdoors here in Western Washington State. So Mbambo green will be grown in the greenhouse. And then the interesting thing is I had ordered a pack of these seeds. We planted them out. Not one of them germinated. So I did get a hold of the company and I said, you know, this is really weird because this never happens with your seeds. I buy your seeds because they grow really well for me. And so they FedExed me a brand new pack of seeds right away. And that would be the Autumn Zebra pole beans. Those are really pretty, and I'm really curious about those. And then just to have some fun and in the greenhouse, I'm going to try these winged beans. Are those cool? I tried them outside one year. Didn't do squat for me. They have to be grown inside. And then I'm going to have my handy-dandy husband rig up a shrognet trellis to grow these Black Knight runner beans on. They look so pretty. I hope they taste good. Well, apparently they are edible, so that's good. And then I grew these one year. I started with how many seeds did I have? I think I had 5 seeds. All 5 germinated. I let them all grow. I saved every bit of it for seed for the following year. And I don't know what happened to my seeds in our move from down at the river to up here, but I have not been able to find them since we moved up here. So I bought another pack of these purple potted pole, and I like these. Mainly we use these for fresh eating because they're pretty good. And then this year, because I have watched Beka on Acre Homestead, she's very local to me. I mean, we live within I'm going to say a 50-mile radius of each other. But she grows these every year, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give them a whirl. So I went ahead and got some black turtle beans. So that is the Baker Creek seeds that I'm debating on. I'm going to keep my beans down to roughly 30 to 40 varieties. So realistically, I could probably grow these all out. But we'll have to see on that. Let me get all of these. Oh, no, that wasn't on my Baker Creek. I lied. Hang on. It figures. Okay. So I have, this was another new variety that they'd put out, the Adventist pole. Nothing, stunning looking or anything. But I'm going to, these are a young maturing. And they can be eaten as a snap bean. They have a semi-bush habit. Then why are they called Adventist pole if they have a semi-bush habit? where they're flat, so that's kind of like a Roma. Yeah, kind of a Roma shaped. I bet those are good. And then my old standby, grow these every year. Dragon tongue, probably one of my favorite beans. And then we have from, make sure I got all of these here. Yes, from Uprising Organics, another one of my very favorite seed vendors. We have the Calypso, which, if you don't know, this is an orca bean. Now, those other packages showed you what those beans look like. These ones, I'm going to have to open them up so you can, and show you that way. Those are orca beans, or Calypso beans. They're also called yin yang beans. And those are a favorite, and I do grow these every year. And then I have Tanya's Pink Pod. I'm not going to actually take these out of the packet. They are a red bean seed that look like any other red bean seed. What sets these apart is that the beans themselves are, it says beautiful iridescent hot pink beauties, and they really are. These beans are pink, beautiful, and we eat them as fresh beans. Now, any of these, when you cook them, they go back to green state. And then I'm going to have to let some of these go to seed this year so that I don't have to buy seeds. And then we have this one, Kaimami. I'm not sure. This is from Hokkaido, Japan. Plump beans suitable for slow cooking. And I don't know what these look like. So we're about to find out. Oh, those are pretty. Those are very pretty. I have a cat hair. Yikes. Sorry about that. I don't even... cat hair gone. Those are really pretty. Yeah, I can't wait to grow those. And then we have Marfax. And these are classic baked in soup or with olive oil and rosemary. And these are just a brown bean. There's nothing to alert the media over with what they look like. Just, they taste good. So I am going to be growing these this year. And then we have my standby, along with Dragon Tongue and Tanya's Pink Pod and Orca. Every year I grow Blooming Prairie. These, oh, wait till you see these. The beans are purple, like the purple potted pole that I showed you earlier. The difference is when the plants grow, the stems are purple as well. Now, these are classified, they say, as a bush, but my experience, they're more like a half runner. Look at the stunning color on those. These are just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And yeah, just absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning. One of my favorites. And then this is a relatively new one for me. I've only grown it for a couple of years now, and that is Jacob's Gold. And these are interesting. The beans themselves are kind of speckled, but you see where it gets the gold from. They're very pretty. And then another favorite vendor is Small House Farm. And these are Ukrainian pole. Have not grown these yet. Very excited to grow those. Look how pretty they are. So I don't know what these taste like. I just know that these are very hard to find. And then, again from Small House Farm, we have Grandma Robert's Purple Potted Pole. And I'm thinking that these might be the same as those. Oh, those are pretty. It's kind of a different color. Light brown, kind of tannish. But that is what those look like. And then this one, I was really excited when I saw this. And this one's called Grape Bean. And I believe these are a pole variety. Those are just stunning, and they're actually a very deep red. So I can't wait to grow these. And then lastly, rounding out, oh, this is not from Small House Farm. This is from miseedlibrarynetwork.org. Oh, I could have swore I ordered this from Small House Farm. I think I did. So that's kind of odd. But these are called Cannellino Nero. So you can see that one last time. Cannellino Nero. Look at how pretty those are. Can't wait to try these. And then I am going to be growing Hobbs goose beans, but I'm going to be growing these from my saved seed, not these. But I did this because you could actually see what they look like. There is the description. There's a website that I bought these from back in 2022. I do not think this person even has beans on their website. I know they have like a category for them, but I don't think they're selling them anymore. But these are a favorite of ours. They grow really, they're a pole bean, and they're pretty prolific. And we enjoy these Hobbs goose bean. And then let's see. I'm gonna do the beans from Terry Lambert from Rebloom Heirlooms. Sent me some sword beans. Look at how big those are. It's huge. They're really cool, but they are not the biggest ones that I have. Sword beans, there's a method to growing those, and I have to read up on that. So I'm not going to sit there and say that I know how to grow them, because I really just don't. But here is a bean that you'll be hard pressed to find anybody in this country that has them. These are called Appalachian. They are a sword bean from Africa. Look how big they are. These are stunning. But I am going to be growing these. Now, Western Washington is not the climate to be growing beans of this caliber. It's not going to work. So we have grow rooms on the property, and they'll be going down in there because we don't even have a long enough season to even attempt to grow those. Honestly, it's not going to happen. So that is that on those. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I got really generous person in I can't even think this morning, I apologize, in Heirloom Bean Addicts Anonymous. She sent me several varieties, and more are coming up. This one just got put in the wrong pile. I don't know why. But this is a Tennessee greasy cut short bean. That's what they look like. And a cut short means that the beans are kind of rounded at the end, so they look like they've been cut off short. And that's basically that in a nutshell. This is an Etsy shop that I discovered, oh gosh, a couple of years ago. And the stories behind these beans are what sold me on them. These are Appalachian varieties, which I dearly love, because let's face it, varieties that, pardon me while I take a drink. Varieties that survived the generations in Appalachia didn't do so because they were just simply pretty to look at. They have to taste good too. So this is Coal Camp pole bean. And this one produces pink flowers. And you have to string them, so they are the old-time string beans. And then I got this cut short pole. And I'm holding these here so that you can read the description. This one is called a October Tough Hole. And this one is another one of those that I may or may not be able to accomplish, but so I will actually get a couple of grow bags and put that out in the greenhouse. This one is Fat Man pole bean. And melt in your mouth tenderness. I'm all for that, because I absolutely love beans. And this is a shelling bean, Borlato Lingua di Fuoco. Fuoco means fire, so this is the tongues of fire. Once you kind of learn one word, you can figure it out. And I've got tongues of fire in here. Again, this is what they look like. And we eat them as fresh beans as well. They're really tasty. Let's see here. Okay. And then we have this half runner, which is called blue tip half runner. A greasy bean variety called Pine Mountain Greasy. These are the longer season ones, so. And you can see what the seeds look like. They look very similar. No, they're not. One's much bigger than the other. This one, because it was very similar to turkey craw, it is called gizzard. And then I bought this one straight up for the name, but it's supposed to taste really good too, so that's a bonus. Tobacco worm. And then this was a bean that I had originally gotten from Forgotten Heirlooms, and then they quit carrying it. Annoying. And yes, I realized I could have saved the seeds, and I actually have several seeds left from them. But these are just what these are. They are a big, we grow them as great big green beans, and they don't get woody like beans are notorious for doing. They just were really good tasting beans. And then I guess the person that they got these seeds from also called them long rattlesnake, and I don't think that they are long rattlesnake. There is no striping on these whatsoever. These are long green beans. To me, they're more like Vortex, which, by the way, I have too. But the difference between these and Vortex, okay, so Vortex can grow up to 11 inches. Yeah. So do Flood Pole. They're huge. This was one that I got from Heirloom Seed House. Mulatto dry beans. What is that? Yeah, we got some weird material in there. That's okay. That is so weird. Anyhow. And then these come from Julie Woodbury. She is an Heirloom Tomato Addicts Anonymous. And I hope she's still selling seeds, because her seeds are pretty wonderful. And these are Owl's Head half runner beans. And these are really good. You can see what they look like right there. Okay. Oh, here was another one of the Uprising Organics beans that I want to grow out. And these are so interesting. These are called Hungarian Rice, and these are a bush bean variety. How incredible is that? And there's gotta be, like, I don't know, over 100 seeds in there. But I'm gonna grow these out because that's just pretty incredible to me. And then from a trade, I got Ugandan Bantu half runner. And these are not like anything special looking. but they look decent enough. And then these are called Blue Shaxamaxon Pole. They are blue. You're not going to be able to see it real good here because the light's not shining right, but they are blue. Take my word for it. These are called speckled butter beans. Very pretty. They are a Lima variety. These are called Coco de Prague, or Coco Rose de Prague, so they are kind of a red, well, red-ish type of bean. I've only got a few of these, and looks like I got about 8 seeds, which is enough to at least grow out for seed. And that's what I'll do with these this year. This is another website. I guess I should show you this. It's called this. The site is called Le Jardin du Gourmet. There's their website, artisticgardens.com. What I like about these guys is they sell sample packs. I can't remember if it's 45 cents or 50 cents, but a couple of years ago I went through and I basically bought everything that they had, so I haven't had to order from them for a while. So that's kind of cool. Alrighty, and then moving on, we have Sparkman Cut Short. And these are from Southern Exposure. Just the variances in there are intriguing to me, so I will make sure that I plant out something of each, what each one of these seeds looks like, and see if there's any difference in the plants. And then we have Cades Cove, Sun Valley Farms. They are on Etsy. She is in Heirloom Bean Addicts Anonymous, and she's awesome. And these are Cades Cove. And then Blackwater Greasy Cut Short, also from the lady who owns Cades Cove Etsy shop. And what was really cool is I told her that I really didn't have any like cut short varieties or anything like that, and she went out of her way to send me those, and I thought that was just really, really nice. And then my friend Nicole, who lives 40 minutes away, not too far, and she has I can't even talk, what's up with that? Song Dog Homestead in Grays River. She grows this variety every year. She doesn't know the name of it. She just calls it an Italian pole bean, and it's a Roma style bean. And she came up and dropped me off these, and then I seed bombed her with all sorts of tomatoes and stuff like that. Sorry, Nicole. I'm going to guess on how to say that word. Haudenosaunee Iroquois skunk beans. Skunk beans are one of my favorites because, I mean, well, just look at them. They're pretty. I love them. Besides, I guess it doesn't hurt that I collect skunk stuff along with like moose and bear, just woodland creatures, because I like them. These are Fort Portal Jade. I love that they're kind of khaki colored. So both of these here will be grown out for seed only, along with those Coco Rose de Prague. These are called Senate Navy Soup. Okay, they are just they are a navy bean. That they are. What makes these special is that this was the exact strain that was used to make soup for the United States Senate. And I thought that was just pretty amazing. So I was really happy to be able to get those. And then we have just some Chester skunk beans. Now the other ones were Haudenosaunee, and these are Chester. I guess they call them Chester beans or skunk beans. It's kind of like the orca beans being yin yang or calypso. These are Chester or orca. And speaking of which, I already showed you the orca beans, but I have a big package of them here because I plan on growing out quite a few of those. Let's get this sealed up so it doesn't come open and leak out beans everywhere. Okay, last but never least, we have my all-time favorite bean vendor, and that's Russ Crowe. No, not the actor, Jiminy Christmas. Russ is just so knowledgeable about beans. Besides just being a hell of a nice guy. I've chatted with him on the phone more than once. And we're friends on Facebook. And this package is open. Woo, that's not good. But anyway, I absolutely love his stuff. If you couldn't tell. Yeah. I love his stuff. So let's get into this one. These here are another one that will have to either go down into that grow room or be grown in the greenhouse. But either way, look at that. These are a Lima variety, and they are called Ping Zebra. Again, stunning. And I have this thing, like I tried to tell you guys, I got this thing about skunks. Skunk river trout. I mean, just look at them. They're so pretty. Beka Brown, these, if I read the description, so I go through with a notebook and a pen whenever I sit here, because if you don't know, I have a lot of health issues, so I can't get up and be running outside because I will flat lose my breath and probably die. So going outside for me involves getting my portable oxygen tank, and yeah, it's a big rigmarole. So I escape by getting lost in seed websites, and one of those places is Russ Crowe's website, and it's a beancollectorswindow.com. And it's amazing, the sheer variety and the sheer knowledge that this man has about beans. It's just incredible. But anyway, so I was going through a couple of years ago, and all I wanted to do was bush beans that year. And this one caught my eye. It's called Beka Brown. And it caught my eye because it's supposed to just really taste good. And you can use those to make Boston baked beans with. This one is called Seneca Cornstalk. And it is beautiful. And I do have saved seeds for that, so. Maria Zeller bush beans. And Russ gives you, I mean, very generous portions of beans. You can grow a sizable row of them with what he puts in the packages. These are called Black Nightfall. I mean, 50 seeds, come on. So they're just beautiful. Gray Mountain. Look at the speckling in those. My geese are going off. I got a goose, Amy Farrah, she is sitting on a nest. And they are being quite vocal out there. And then they get the peacock going. So I'll probably hear Fred. Oh, Fred's fanned out. So Fred's showing off or something. I think it's about time for him and Nyla to start mating. So maybe this will be the year we get baby peacocks. Dare to hope. That would be so cool. Rose Creek Beauty. They are a beauty. Oh, I put those back in the wrong pile. Okay. I ordered these ones just this year. These are Volga German Siberian. I wanted these because I am growing a tomato this year called Harsh Melons of the Volga German. And sorry about my way my skin looks there. I have a problem with winter time, and then I can't put any lotion on because I'm allergic to just about everything, and that's what happens when I put lotion on. So I'm kind of stuck with it, unfortunately. But so I wanted to know what was the Volga Germans, and what it was is, I believe it was the Queen of Russia, and I don't remember her name, back in the 1800s. But she said, look, if you relocate from Germany to here, we will not make you speak our language. You can speak your own language. You can practice your own religion, and so forth. And so they moved into Russia, into the Siberian area, and they were the Volga Germans. They moved along the Volga River, and that's what those look like. Then we have, oh my, it's a German name, Rote Beerbohn. And I'm not sure I don't know if I even said that right. I probably did not. But look at those. Aren't those incredible? I can't wait to grow those. I have 2 Skunk River Trouts. I do. Oh, there's some more. Okay. I'll grow the old ones first, because I bought some more this year. I do that all the time, though. Palomino. I always wanted a Palomino horse when I was growing up. Those are so pretty. These are called Pale Gray Lavender. And they are pale gray, and they have a lavender tint to them. Krejnevik. I don't know if I said that right, but that's my best guess. Krejnevik. Aren't those pretty? And then we have Smith River Super Speckle. These are a bush variety. They are pretty speckled. Reed Crobe. These are another one. I believe I picked these up. Oh, because of the markings. That's right. Look at the markings. Red and orange. These seeds are a couple of years old. So sometimes seeds will do that. They will darken a little bit, and that's okay. And then I had the Cannellino Neros. I have Cannellino Rosso. So those other ones were the black ones. These are the red ones. And then we have Vetch Wonder, or Vetch, I don't know. These are very interesting. I thought those were so cool looking. I can geek out on beans forever. Beads. They do kind of look like beads. And then lastly, we have Sacre Bleu. And he has these marked down as a pole variety. They're really not. They're more like a bush to half runner, but they're not a pole. And they are indeed blue. If I can get the light to hit them just right, they are blue. But you gotta have them in the sunlight for them to really show up. So anyways, those are the bean varieties that I have chosen for this year. Out of those, I'll probably narrow that down. And then I might add in like some Cherokee Golden Wax, just so that I can have some yellow wax beans. And I don't know if I'll do any blue. Like I might. That way I can do like at least like a 4-bean salad or whatever for my husband, because he loves that stuff. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what would be the 5 varieties out of all of those that you would most look forward to planting. And as usual, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you in the next video when I go through the cucurbits.